Welcome back to Mark's Workshop. Episode 16, Saturday. Sorry about the noise in the background, but it's actually raining here in where I live in Queensland. So I've had a bit of time today to spend on the car. So what I've done is I really just got to add some fuel to the carby, power to the coil, and it's ready to fire. So I've got most of it really together. Just got some gauges stuck in the engine bay just so we can just monitor things. I've made a top radiator hose. Now this is actually which way does it go? That way. This is actually a V6 radiator hose. This is another one I've got as a spare. So it's a V6 radiator hose. I have put a 38mm junction in it that I just bought off eBay for $21 or something. It was. I've got to get some other smaller clamps. They're too big. So that's in. Out of that pipe where I've cut and shut it to make it work, this is what I've got left over. So I've made a V6 one fit in. I could have used a like a flex pipe, but I just couldn't be bothered trying to drive around trying to find one. So that's on. As I said, it's only a short video just to add more to the content to what I'm doing. Gauges are set up. They're just literally running off the front of the motor. Got to put fuel in. I've got to make some type of fuel pump. I'm just going to do it outside the car for now. I don't know how I'm going to finish the fuel system off yet, but so we got that. What else we done? Oh, I put a Dane from Corn Fed Boost had some old bits of stainless steel left over at his shop, so I've made up a screamer pipe which runs straight off the wastegate. I've still got to plumb up the vacuum line which will go to the carby, so we can adjust boost, put a boost tee in it or something. I'll make something up, I don't know yet. I used a well, this is a proper Holden V8 shroud. I've got an old flex fan off one of my old VC Commodore, my 12-second Commodore. That runs thermos now, so I'll put that on there. That's all done. I found a radiator cap, not the one that I had that I took off it, that I put in a safe place, because that radiator cap was yellow. So that's done. Everything at the front's pretty well done apart from fuel. Got to put oil in the motor, put power to the coil, and it should run. So that's the next thing. And said it's Saturday here. See how I go tomorrow. I might even come down to work tomorrow and do a bit more work on it. The only other thing, we've got to sort out a diff, and one of my mates, Scrappy Sean, who does roadside pickup scrap. So this is the spool I bought off eBay. I can't even remember what it was, but it's actually in the price. It turns up yesterday, Friday, with an actual proper Borg Warner center. It's got a 345 crown on it. I don't know if you can see it there, but I don't even know what it says there. It is 345, but in the actual crown, in the center, it's got a spool in it. He actually got it from roadside pickup. Someone was throwing it out. Now I do have an actual ute diff down the back, which has a 345 gears in it as well. So we might actually make them two together and get the gears out of that, and put that in the actual factory diff that's in the Commodore diff. So I'm not going to need my spool I bought, but we'll worry about price wise later. As I said, sorry about the noise in the background. It's pissing down here in Queensland. I've put a vacuum line, as I said the other day, so I've just blocked them off until we work out exactly where what we're going to run off it. as apart from timing. I do have to pull the distributor out, change it, like actually set the actual timing on it. There's the clamp off it. I haven't put it on yet because it's only just dropped in there. I know where I want to have the positioning done, so we've got to do that. And yeah, so I wanted it running this week. It didn't happen, just typical work and being lazy, I suppose. So next week, yeah, this thing should be running. As I said, power to the coil, power to the starter motor, some fuel. There actually was one thing I haven't finished. This is the carburetor that I showed in earlier episodes, and I know you can't really see it, but right in here there's a hole from where the original choke goes. I do have to block that off, so I'm going to have to put a bit of a plate in the side here, and I'll drill a hole in it so we can put a screw in it and maybe some araldite, fill that section up with araldite so we don't have any boost leaks, and yeah, we go from there. This actual old fuel pipe is off of double pumper, obviously, so it fits on it. I don't know if it's going to be the one I run yet, but I do have other ones here, but that's at least going to get it started on a 516 fuel line, which I'm just going to rig up a pump straight to some type of tank with a regulator, just so we can get it started, because I need to get this thing running. So the only other thing is dipstick tubes. I've got 3 here to choose from. That's an old low car style, just a cheap copy, but they're quite shit to be honest, but we can use that one, or we have the actual other ones there, so that'll be done. What else is it? Oh, I got to block off the hole in the top of the wastegate. I've got to figure that out. Actually, I don't know anything about turbos. Apparently that's where you put pressure on, like a CO2. I don't know if I've got to block it or whatever, but as I said, we do have the barb on it. Then once we get it all running, then we just got to run the get this thing in the right spot, run it up to the hat, and go from there. But yeah, it's getting close. I know I'm but way behind, like some people, but it's getting there. So can't wait to drive it. It's going to be a bit of fun, you know. So yeah. All right. So thanks for watching, and yeah, on to the next episode, and hopefully it's running. All right. Thank you. Made myself a little screamer pipe to run off the wastegate. That's the actual flange that come with it. Thanks to Dane from Cornfed Boost with out of his scrap pile material. It'll be enough for now, and later on we'll try and pump back in the system. Have to redo it somehow, but so that's that. Getting closer. Be on to the next part soon. Thank you.